Welcome lore lovers of Azeroth to an enchanting journey through the rich tapestry of Warcraft's legend and lore. Join us as we delve into the captivating story of the Blue Dragonflight and its noble leader Kalecgos. Today we uncover the saga and the future of his enigmatic flight. If you are as captivated by the mysteries of Azeroth as I am, consider joining our community of lore enthusiasts, and if you will find our quest worthy, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for what lies ahead in the next minutes. Long ago, amidst the shaping of Azeroth by the Titans, a sacred duty was bestowed upon Kalecgos and his flight of majestic blue dragons. Norganon, the Titan of Magic, blessed Kalecgos with unparalleled authority over the arcane energies that coursed through the world. Together with his mate, Sindragosa, Kalecgos led the Blue Dragonflight in safeguarding the delicate balance of magic. However, tragedy befell the Blue Dragons during the tumultuous War of the Ancients. The malevolent Deathwing, driven by madness, unleashed the catastrophic power of the demon soul upon the flight, decimating their numbers. Only Kalecgos and a handful of eggs survived the devastating onslaught. The aftermath of this dark chapter led Kalecgos not only physically weakened, but also burdened with profound sorrow. Despite the devastation wrought upon them, the resilient Blue Dragonflight, under the leadership of Kalecgos, preserved in their sacred duty to oversee and regulate the flow of arcane magic across the realms of Azeroth. As centuries passed, the Blue Dragonflight gradually regained its strength and numbers. It was during this era of recovery that two ambitious young dragons, Kalecgos and Tirigosa, undertook a daring mission to rouse Kalecgos from his despondency. Their efforts succeeded, but the outcome was not as they had envisioned. Rather than assuming the role of a noble and wise leader, Kalecgos was deeply troubled by what he perceived as the rampant and reckless use of magic across Azeroth. Fueled by his convictions, Kalecgos rallied his fellow dragons and allied mages to wage the Nexus War, an ambitious campaign aimed at imposing strict control over magic, even at the cost of eradicating its use entirely. This radical stance brought Kalecgos into direct conflict with numerous mortal organizations, including the esteemed Kirin Tor and the other dragonflights bound by this Wormrest Accord. The ensuing conflict, known as the Nexus War, witnessed fierce battles and ideological clashes. Ultimately, Kalecgos met his end in the midst of this turbulent struggle, marking the conclusion of an era for the Blue Dragonflight and leaving a lasting impact on the magical fabric of Azeroth. Following the demise of Kalecgos, the Blue Dragonflight faced the critical task of selecting a new leader to ascend as the aspect of magic. The decision narrowed down to Kalecgos' sons Arygos and the dragon Kalecgos. However, Arygos aligned himself with Deathwing, leading to his downfall. Empowered by the embrace of the aspects and recognized by his kin, Kalecgos assumed the mantle of steward of magic among the dragon aspects. In the wake of the cataclysm and the death of Deathwing, the Blue Dragons found themselves grappling with uncertainty and upheaval. Many departed their ancestral home at the Nexus, leaving the flight in disarray. Eventually, recognizing the shifting tides, Kalecgos made the poignant decision to disband the Blue Dragonflight. This act liberated all remaining Blue Dragons, allowing them to pursue their individual paths and desires beyond the confines of their ancient traditions. Thus, the legacy of Blue Dragonflight entered a new chapter marked by freedom and newfound autonomy for its members. Years later, as the Dragon Isles stirred from their slumber, Kalecgos came to a profound realization and committed himself to rectifying his past misjudgments. With unwavering determination, he embarked on a quest to reunite the scattered remnants of the Blue Dragonflight. Joined by steadfast allies such as Senegos, Talagosa, and the spectral essence of Sindragosa, Kalecgos tirelessly sought out his kindred across the world. To his efforts, the Blue Dragons were brought together once more, forging a familial bond that transcended their previous discord. United in purpose and resolved to honor their ancient oath, the united Blue Dragonflight stood ready to embrace their shared destiny and safeguard the legacy entrusted to them. Thus, under Kalecgos' leadership, the flight reclaimed its unity and commitment to the stewardship of magic and arcane lore. 20,000 years in the past, Kalecgos has stationed a group of Blue Dragons and Dragonid on the Forbidden Reach, assigning them the solemn duty of guarding the dormant Draktyr. These dragons remain stationed on the island throughout the ages, oblivious to the passing of their leader, Kalecgos. Following the events surrounding the Draktyr's awakening, the Draconid from the Forbidden Reach made a significant decision. They chose to align themselves with the Healing Wings, an alliance that symbolized a new direction and purpose for these ancient guardians. When the Dragon Isles stirred from their slumber, drawing the attention of all dragonflights, including the Blues, Kalecgos embarked on a solitary journey to the Azure Span. His mission to rekindle the flight's azure oathstone, a task that held deep significance for the scattered Blue Dragons. In his solitude, Kalecgos encountered the simulacrum of Sindragosa, who inquired about the whereabouts of their kin. Kalecgos revealed the somber truth, how the Blue Dragonflight had disbanded, its members dispersing in pursuit of individual paths. Moved by the Tuskar's unique perspective on honoring the departed, Kalecgos was inspired to issue a magical call across the winds, beckoning any blue dragons who still had allegiance to gather at the Azure Span. Responding to his plea, the Azure Winged Dragons arrived just in time to aid Kalecgos against the looming threat of Razaget. With unwavering resolve, Kalecgos restored the Azure Oathstone, symbolizing the renewal of the Blue Dragonflight, the reunion of his cherished family. Henceforth, the skies above the Azure Span teemed with majestic presence of countless blue dragons, a testament to their rekindled unity and shared purpose. Although numerous blue dragons had already returned to the Dragon Isles, and others had expressed their intent to join them, certain members of the flights remained absent and unaccounted for. To address this, Kalecgos enlisted the aid of adventurers to assist in locating these missing dragons. After aiding Azuregos, Kalecgos devised a dragon locator to pinpoint the whereabouts of the flight's absent members. Subsequent adventurers were dispatched to extend aid to these dragons, while the majority chose to reunite with their kin on the Isles. Kirigosa opted to remain in Dawn's Blossom, where she found genuine happiness and contentment. As the Blue Dragonflight came to understand that the traumatic deaths of Malygos and Sindragosa had left their essences stranded in their final moments, they undertook a collective effort to recover these essences and transport them back to the Azure Archives. Pooling their abilities and resources, the Blue Dragons channeled the arcane energies within the Azure Archives to break the cycle of torment that ensnared Malygos and Sindragosa's spirits. Witnessing this endeavor, Kalecgos and brave adventurers confront the restless spirits, eventually providing solace and release to both Malygos and Sindragosa as they peacefully transition to the afterlife. Following these events, Senegos reached a point of decision to conclude his long existence, bidding farewell to the Blue Dragonflight with a final flight. In the wake of Senegos' departure, Stelagosa sought guidance on what path to follow next. Kalecgos reassured her and the assembled dragons that they would strengthen their bonds by honoring their predecessors and embracing the Azure Archives as their new sanctuary and home. Kalecgos, now the steward and leader of the Blue Dragonflight, stands at a pivotal moment in history. With his unwavering dedication and wisdom gained from past trials, Kalecgos envisions a future where the Blue Dragons reclaim their legacy and flourish once more. Firstly, Kalecgos understands the importance of unity. He actively works to mend the fractures within the flight, reaching out to every Blue Dragon regardless of their current path. Through diplomacy and empathy, he rebuilds trust and camaraderie among his kin, forging a united front. Secondly, Kalecgos embraces the lessons of the past. He honors the memories of Malygos and Sindragosa, learning from their mistakes and ensuring that history does not repeat itself. He encourages the Blue Dragons to embrace change and adapt to the evolving world, blending tradition with innovation. Thirdly, Kalecgos nurtures talent and potential within the flight. He encourages young dragons to explore their magical abilities and embrace their responsibilities as guardians of arcane knowledge. Under his mentorship, the Blue Dragonflight becomes a beacon of wisdom and enlightenment. Fourthly, Kalecgos seeks alliances and collaborations. Recognizing the strength in unity, he forges alliance with other dragonflights, motor races, and influential organizations like the Kirin Tor. Together they confront threats and challenges that no single group could face alone. Lastly, Kalecgos leads by example. He embodies the virtues of compassion, resilience, and courage, inspiring his fellow dragons to strive for greatness. His leadership is marked by humility and a deep sense of duty towards Azeroth and its inhabitants. Through these endeavors, Kalecgos breathes new life into the Blue Dragonflight, guiding them towards a future filled with promise and purpose. With his guidance, the flight rises from the shadows of the past, reclaiming their rightful place as stewards of magic and champions of harmony in a world teeming with wonders and perils. And so, dear lore lovers, we conclude this tale of Kalecgos and the resurgent Blue Dragonflight, a saga of redemption, unity, and boundless potential. As we marvel at Kalecgos' journey and envision the future of the Blue Dragons, I invite you to be part of this ongoing adventure. Like and share this video to spread the lore far and wide, inspiring others to delve into the rich tapestry of Warcraft's history. Join our community of lore lovers by subscribing to the Liandru channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on future explorations into the realms of Azeroth, legends, and mysteries. For deeper discussions and connections with fellow enthusiasts, join our Discord community. Dive into conversations about dragons, magic, and everything Warcraft related. Until next time, may the tales of Azeroth continue to captivate and inspire us all.